Hi everyone, welcome to week 7 of your Advanced Computers 3 course. This week we are finishing up chapter 3 of PowerPoint, and we're picking up where we left off on the slide deck at slide 34, and then we're going to obviously finish through the slide deck. So what this particular topic is starting with is modifying objects, and so what this allows us to do is to take an original picture and break it into pieces and do things to it. So we can do pretty much anything we want. As you can see on this one, they've done 3 different things. They took the hamburger and they just pulled it out of the picture. So here it is as a separate picture. They took the shake and pulled it out and they changed it. It went from chocolate to strawberry. And then they pulled the hot dogs out and they actually flipped the picture. So all of those things are different ways that you can modify an object. And then, once you've modified it, you can do things as far as resizing goes. So you can change the size and shape of an object, and you can make it based on other things around it. So that's called the aspect ratio. So you can keep the proportions the same or not. So you can, make it wider, kind of spread things out, things like that. If you'll notice this little picture of the flag and the fireworks compared to the previous one, it was flipped and stretched and things like that. So that's what they're talking about when they talk about resizing. And then, of course, we can do, like we said, we can flip it. So here's a flipped one. Sometimes that happens when you take a picture. If you're not sure what you're doing with your camera, you might have your object reversed and it looks strange. So you can, if you need the mirror image, you can use this to flip it. You can actually put shapes together. So you can take more than one shape, add it to it, and do different things as far as intersecting them and things like that. When we talk about an object, it's typically made of different pieces of things, so we can ungroup them, break them apart, modify individual things. So that's what they're talking about when they're talking about these complex images. So you can see this picture of Ben Franklin here. We can take him and we can do all kinds of different things. Maybe we want to change the color of the kite. Notice the kite kind of blends in with the background. So maybe we want to change that kite color to look differently. So here you can see some of the highlightings and things like that you can do. You can enlarge it and then you can go and click on specific areas to change those things. Here's where they actually changed the textbook color or the book color right there. See how they did that? So obviously recoloring is something that you can do. You can take an original and you can do all kinds of things to it. You can wash it out, which is what this is. You can make it more of a sepia kind of a look where you have the browns and all those kinds of colors. That's what you see when you see people maybe have their pictures look like the old-fashioned pictures, what you might think of. And then black and white, you can do that as well. And you can even adjust the different kind of coloring within those colors. So you can, make the black and the white more of a gray and white and things like that. So here's an example of how you can change the background colors, how you can make some things transparent, so that you can, adjust, again, any little piece of that picture that you want, you can do that. This is an interesting way to do it. You can adjust the stacking order, so how you want the pictures to look. Notice how they move the circle from in front of the square to behind the square. So that's another thing that you can do as far as moving and where do you want things to be, as far as aligning and stacking them with each other. And then you get into the aligning the picture. So wanting them all to be the same vertically or the same horizontally, things like that. So you can make them line up on your document. Creating a guide allows you to put a ruler basically on it and figure out where you want things to go. So that's another great tool. Again, this is you can use those things in conjunction with each other so that everything lines up and looks the way that you want. So as you're going through this, if you have any problems or questions on how to arrange your shapes and adjust your shapes or your pictures, reach out to me and let me know. Have a great week.